Trail talk time. Out on another beauty of a trail. Just breathing in that fresh chi. Just chilling in nature. Got the birds tweeting away. Sun just gleaming. Sending everyone limitless love. And today I wanted to talk about, transitioning from a consumer to a producer. A content consumer to a content creator. It's so easy just to be a consumer, especially nowadays when we have everything at our fingertips and we can get lost in a rabbit hole of consuming content all day long, all week long. We can go on these binges of TV shows and movies and get lost in a rabbit hole of YouTube videos, and there's just endless content. And that's all coming from creators, right? Producers of this content. And those people, they're reaping the benefits of their creation when people are consuming it. And so if you want to bring, more abundance in your life, then you need to make that transition from just being a consumer to being one of those creators, or producers, whether it be, something actually physical or tangible, or some type of service in person, or, utilizing this beautiful online platform, the internet, to create something. And we get value when we give value to people, right? So, a good question to ask yourself could be, what can I do to bring more value to people? What can I offer to people that, nobody else can offer? And we don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel here. Maybe you can do something similar to someone else, just in your own unique way, right? The market works like that. So many times when something starts to work, people say, hey, that's working. Maybe I can do the same thing. And as long as it's offering somebody value, then they're going to appreciate that and be willing to, give something back for it. People seem to have this tendency that if somebody gives them something, they feel like they sort of owe them something back, right? It's like we kind of realize that most of the time in life we don't get much for free. We have this beautiful fresh air to breathe. That's certainly free. And I like to put the emphasis on those beautiful things that are free in life, but we seem to have that as a part of our psychology. And I learned about that when I was learning about business and stuff online. It's a technique when you give somebody something for free, then they have something in the back of their mind that says, wow, I feel like I should give them something back, right? And so that's a good technique, especially when you're starting out and you don't really have a name for yourself or a brand for that recognition. Then a good way to start is just to give things out for free to people. Just continue to offer more and more value to people, and they'll start to see that and say, wow, they've offered me so much. They've brought me so much value, and they actually deserve, some of my money or perhaps in exchange of a service or something like that, right? But you have to be the one to start that exchange. And that's how business works, right? Supply and demand. Try and figure out what people are really demanding and simply supply them that. You know, my YouTube channel, I really just started it because I love to help people, and I feel like one of the best things that I can offer is just, you know, my words. I seem to be good at communicating certain messages and ideas that I've learned in my life and that have helped me. And if I can share that wisdom, you know, I know how much it's helped me. I've learned from other people and other teachers and everything, and I've seen how much value it's brought to me, and I'm really thankful for it. And so, you know, I realize how valuable something as simple as that is. And that's another huge point, you know, the more value that we see in ourselves, you know, realizing we have something that the world needs or that, you know, nobody else can offer the world, then we start to really bring out our inner gifts and say, wow, I really do have so much to offer. You know, so if you think that you know, don't even have something to offer the world, remember that everybody is unique, and you've had so many unique experiences in this life, and it's really, you know, an opportunity to use all of that experience to your advantage. You know, if you've gone through a lot of struggle or suffering and pain in your life, you know, of course, that's very difficult to deal with, but if you can see, you know, all of the lessons that were given to you and the blessings within that, then you can now share that with other people and, you know, help them maybe not go through the same things, or maybe help them deal with it if they're going through those same things right now, right? And that's incredibly valuable for people. You know, one thing that might be pretty easy is just to, you know, start a blog or something. You know, if you don't want to do the vlog thing with the video, maybe you're camera shy or something, just to kind of, you know, blog certain things or journal out your ideas and put them out for people. You never know who might find them, and, you know, you could change someone's life. And what's more valuable than that, right? You know, you could stop somebody from, you know, committing suicide or something. You know, people every day are dealing with depression and anxiety and all of these things when life is hard. And sometimes they just need to know that, you know, they're not alone, and that somebody else is dealing with something similar. You know, they're not just all alone by themselves in this boat. And that's a huge thing. So if you can give, you know, people anything, share your experience with the world and show them how you've made it through those situations. You know, show them how you move through them, and, you know, techniques that have helped you. And if we can all, you know, do this and share with each other, then I think the world would be a better place, right? And if you don't know where to start, then that's fine, you know. Take some time to really start to question that and get to know yourself and ask yourself, what do I have that is of value? And maybe you need to take some time to learn something new. Maybe there's a new skill that you can learn. And that's a good start as well, right? We always have room to grow and learn. So every day is a beautiful opportunity to ask ourselves that question. You know, what can I learn today? What type of skill? What can I learn from this beautiful planet, this beautiful universe, this life that's gonna help me and help others, you know? And it feels so amazing when you just get those creative juices flowing, and you feel like you're just absolutely timeless, right? You're not really thinking too much about anything or worried about life when you're really creating. And we get that, sense of empowerment after, when you look at your creations and say, wow, I made something that wasn't here before in this earth, right? It's a pretty amazing feeling. So yeah, that's all I want to share for today. I hope everyone has an amazing day. And if you're kind of feeling like the creative juices aren't flowing, things that help me sometimes are just to, meditate and get outside of my head a bit and just tap into the present flow of life. And, bursts of insight will start to come to us in those moments when we're really just letting it all go. Sometimes we overstress ourselves by overthinking life too much. So if we can get out of that, stressful pattern of worry, then, we're open. Our energy is free to explore and create, and we start to see new connections in life. And that's what creativity is all about, right? Like I said, we don't have to necessarily reinvent the wheel, but we can make a new connection that maybe nobody else has made before and share that. Another thing that usually helps me to get those creative juices flowing is to, tap into the body and start to, do some exercise, do some stretching or some yoga. Really tap into the breath and, get your blood flowing. When your blood is flowing, then, everything is flowing. That energy is flowing, and you'll feel like, you're able to create something much more easily. Just going for a walk out in nature is so inspiring for me all the time. Just feeling that natural flow, the natural vibe of this planet. And I've spoken about the word inspiration. It stems from the word spiritus, in spiritus, or the breath. And so that's all we really need to be inspired in this life, is this beautiful breath. So yeah, that's all I want to share for today. Hope everyone has an amazing day. Peace and limitless love.